USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started today at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
The McDonald's Snack Wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch Snack Wrap. Spicy Snack Wrap. You broke the internet for a snack. Snack Wrap is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You open the Walmart app and boom! The Reebok and Hanes styles that keep your kiddos on their A game delivered in as fast as an hour. That's right, those comfy Hanes Performance Crew socks they love in the app. And the coolest shirts, shorts, hoodies, and leggings from Reebok? Yep, Walmart's got them. They'll feel so focused in their new gear they won't even notice you freaking out on the sidelines. Shop Reebok and Hanes in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new. Subject to availability, fees, and restrictions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Got some good news for your ears. More of that good stuff is coming up. And even better news for your hair. The best hair care is at Sephora. They've got all kinds of products for every kind of hair. From brands like Amika, Kerastase, Day, and K18. You knew where to get great audio. Now, you know where to get great hair care, too. Sephora. Good news for great hair. Shop hair care now at Sephora.com.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso Virtual Coffee Machines. Ready to enjoy the bold flavors of barista-quality Nespresso iced coffee at home? Simply fill a glass with ice and press the brew button on your virtual pop machine to enjoy rich double espressos roasted to stand up even when chilled. Refreshingly bold iced coffee. Refreshingly easy to make at home. Visit Nespresso.com to shop now.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there is one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at Friskies.com or visit your local store.
AI is moving fast. So fast, it's hard to keep up. In fact,
In ServiceNow's latest AI Maturity Index, scores dipped 20% from last year. But that's okay, because AI isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. You may be behind today, but tomorrow you could be a pace setter. Dive into ServiceNow's AI Maturity Index and see how you can innovate as fast as your ambitions. Visit servicenow.com/AI maturity.
Learning through play starts with Lego Duplo. With Lego Duplo, toddlers can develop real-life skills while having fun with colorful bricks made just for them. Large, easy to grip, and safe to explore. When children express themselves with Lego Duplo, they build patience, problem-solving, and empathy. See your child learn perseverance and self-expression with everything they imagine and create. Visit lego.com/preschool to learn more.
Hi. Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Have you ever spotted McDonald's hot, crispy fries right as they're being scooped into the carton? And time just stands still. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Why organizational culture isn't just an HR thing abstract. This article examines the critical misalignment of relegating organizational culture exclusively to HR departments.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
But do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Jif peanut butter. It's that jiffing good. It doesn't really need advertising. So instead, enjoy the calming sounds of the ocean. Jif. It's that jiffing good. Get your Jif at jif.com.
Hey, this is Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast, here to help you make the most of your summer with Michelob Ultra, a superior light beer worth playing for. Play for it with the guys when you're competing to see who can sink more birdies on the golf course, because winning tastes even better with Ultra on the line. Play for Ultra. Fill your fridge with Michelob Ultra this summer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This episode is brought to you by Hyundai. Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right, it almost feels wrong. Because right now, you can save big on their most popular models, including SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe and Santa Fe Hybrid, and the all-electric Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit HyundaiUSA.com. Offers end September 2nd, 2025.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
Arguing instead that culture requires comprehensive leadership ownership throughout an organization. The article, drawing from experience as both a leadership consultant and professor, contends that while organizational culture fundamentally shapes employee engagement, performance.
On WhatsApp, no one can see or hear your personal messages. Whether it's a voice call, message, or sending a password. To WhatsApp, it's all just this. So whether you're sharing the streaming password in the family chat or trading those late-night voice messages that could basically become a podcast, your personal messages stay between you, your friends, and your family. No one else. Not even us. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream house or ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
And business outcomes, it has been incorrectly categorized as a soft HR responsibility. Through analysis of culture's definition as the collective behaviors and values guiding decision-making, the article demonstrates why culture permeates every organizational aspect and requires strategic leadership involvement at all levels. Using perspectives from various leadership positions and offering practical applications, the author establishes that culture represents a strategic imperative requiring explicit definition, consistent modeling, broad accountability, and continuous reinforcement from leaders across the entire organization rather than containment within HR functions. As a leadership consultant and university professor, I've had the privilege of working with and studying many great organizations over the years. Through this experience, one thing has become abundantly clear: organizational culture is the core driver of employee engagement, performance, innovation, and ultimately business results. Yet for far too long, culture has been viewed narrowly as something soft that HR alone is responsible for. In reality, culture permeates every facet of an organization and requires leadership at all levels to shape and evolve effectively over time. Today we will explore why organizational culture should not be seen as exclusively an HR domain, but rather a strategic imperative that leaders must own and align across their entire organization. What is organizational culture? Before delving into why culture isn't just an HR thing, it's important to define what organizational culture actually means. In essence, organizational culture refers to the collective, learned behaviors, belief systems, norms, values, and assumptions that guide the organization's employees in their work and decision-making. Shine. 2010. It is reflected through both tangible elements like dress codes, facilities layout, procedures, and through intangible elements like unspoken rules, underlying assumptions and shared mindsets that influence how people think and act. Culture forms over time as groups adapt to external challenges and learn internally what behaviors, attitudes and processes are rewarded, tolerated, or punished. Deal and Kennedy. 1982. It permeates every aspect of how an organization functions on a day-to-day basis. Culture represents the character or personality of the organization that is experienced similarly by new members socializing into the group. As Albert and Wetten, 1985, note, culture defines the organization's identity through what is central, enduring and distinctive about its character. Over time, cultures become deeply ingrained and self-reinforcing, making them difficult to discern from within and challenging to change effectively when needed. While culture often starts locally within specific work groups, a strong, aligned culture across the entire organization is ideal to coordinate effort and move business strategy forward. Why culture can't be contained to HR if culture so permeates the character and identity of an organization? Why then is it so often conceived of solely as an HR issue? There are a few key reasons why viewing culture as only an HR domain significantly limits its impact: lack of executive ownership. When culture is seen as ours purview alone, it does not receive the strategic focus or resources needed from senior leadership. Executives must own and champion culture and role model the desired behaviors, not delegate its management to HR. As Cotter and Heskett, 1992, found in their landmark study, a strong culture most positively impacts performance when led from the top down. Narrow interpretation: when culture is contained to HR, its scope becomes narrowly defined through purely human capital dimensions like training programs, talent practices and employee relations activities. But culture is reflected across the full spectrum of business operations, from customer service to product development to financial management. Functional misalignment. Silos often develop when culture is constrained to just one function like HR. But to coordinate effort enterprise-wide, culture must be synergistically aligned across all key functions and business units. A sales culture disconnected from engineering or customer support cultures won't optimize performance. Reactive versus strategic. Handling culture reactively through an HR lens positions it as something to fix when problems emerge rather than proactively shaping a culture aligned to competitive strategies. A strategic culture must anticipate and drive business objectives. While HR plays an indispensable role in culture, leadership and responsibility for culture must extend holistically throughout the C-suite and across all managers. To illustrate why culture requires organization-wide ownership versus containment in HR. Consider these additional perspectives: a CEO's viewpoint as a CEO of a global manufacturing conglomerate. I recognized culture was critical to successfully implementing our growth strategy in new markets. Merely relying on HR to manage culture was insufficient. I empowered divisional presidents, plant managers and field leaders to ensure our culture was reinforced across 12 countries. We institutionalized culture through consistent goal setting, performance management and recognition systems cascading from senior executives. HR supported systematization, but culture was owned by all as a strategic imperative versus sole HR domain. Our adaptable yet principled culture drove 5 years of industry-leading profit gains. A division president's experience when I was promoted to lead a new business unit. Retaining our parent company's customer-centric culture was paramount to compete against startups. With HR, we onboard new managers through cultural immersion versus cookie-cutter compliance training. Departmental town halls focused discussions around living core values in daily work. Cross-functional collaboration promoted cultural synergy beyond silos. Even facilities improvements signaled culture. When assessing acquisitions, cultural fit ranked top priority. My direct reports owned behavior modeling and issues identification. Culture was an active leadership process, not passive HR function. Performance soared. A plant manager's story after years observing variable safety cultures across plants. My promotion aimed fixing chronically injured plant A. Addressing unsafe behaviors through HR alone wouldn't suffice. Each manager had to role model and enforce safety daily. Departmental huddles focused less on metrics, more on hazard spotting and safe alternatives. New employee mentorship emphasized culture over procedures. Pay incentives linked conduct to safety performance. Safety leadership trainings built frontline accountability alongside HR systems. Within 18 months, injury rates dropped 75% as a unified culture stabilized practices company-wide. While HR enables culture through systems and processes, culture itself is too strategically important to organizational performance and identity to restrict within any single function. It requires active, focused leadership from boardroom to front lines. Culture shapes tacit rules of engagement in everything from innovation to quality to compliance that HR alone cannot authoritatively define. Leaders must define, role model and reinforce the culture daily as a competitive advantage aligned to business priorities. With leadership-driven ownership across the organization, culture transforms from an amorphous aspiration to a tangible driver of success. Practical applications for organizational leaders. So what can leaders at all levels do to shift culture from an isolated HR concern onto the strategic stage where it belongs? Based on personal experience partnering with executive teams, here are 4 practical steps to take responsibility for organizational culture out of HR silos. Define your desired culture explicitly. Every leader must be crystal clear on the culture needed presently and in future to succeed. Discuss core values, priorities, mindsets openly versus assuming shared understanding. Benchmark high-performing culture archetypes and precisely articulate your aspiring culture through concrete descriptive terms versus abstractions. Role model relentlessly. Leaders establish culture more powerfully through behaviors than directives. Consistently exemplify desired norms incidentally during routine interactions versus staged demonstrations. Personally enforce standards respectfully with peers. Address cultural lapses directly with sensitivity. Cascade accountability broadly, don't relegate culture exclusively to specialist roles. Require culture-shaping responsibilities in all manager job descriptions. With specific performance expectations like mentoring. Recognition issues identification. Hold direct reports responsible culturally alongside operational targets. Continuously reinforce and evolve. Established cultures harden over time unless actively reinforced. Schedule frequent cultural check-ins, not sporadic audits. Continually adapt culture in step with strategic change through open leader-led dialogue versus directives. Forever hone cultural reinforcement as rigorously as core operations. Cultural leadership requires ongoing, sincere effort from all levels above rigid top-down scripting or reactive fixes. But through persistent hands-on guidance, any organization can elevate culture from an arm's-length HR lever to a frontline strategic instrument driving sustainable outperformance. With culture in capable leadership hands organization-wide, limitless potential emerges. Conclusion: for too long, organizational culture has lingered peripherally as an esoteric HR concern when in reality it forms the core identity and driver of any successful enterprise. While HR plays an indispensable support role, siloing culture within a single function ill serves its strategic potency. Leaders at all levels must take ownership for shaping, role modeling and continually reinforcing the vibrant cultures that shape employee attitudes, business processes and ultimately market outcomes. With culture on the lips and in the actions of leadership daily. No constraint limits what an organization can achieve. As a leadership consultant, I've witnessed again and again how a strategically led culture transformed also runs into industry pioneers. It's the greatest lever senior management holds when wielded properly. With culture lifted from HR hands to energized leadership stewardship organization-wide. Limitless possibilities emerge.